When the Titanic was built and launched, it was believed to be the unsinkable ship. Those who designed and built the ship had an understanding that it was so massive and well put together that it could never be sunk by anything or anyone. Unfortunately, on its maiden voyage, the first trip that it had, it was struck by an iceberg in the North Atlantic and sunk within a matter of hours. Hundreds of people lost their lives, and the company was disgraced. It was later discovered that the Titanic sunk not because it was a design flaw, but because it was hastily put together with inferior products. The rivets and the time that it took was hastily done in order to meet a deadline that could garner the most public attention and media coverage of the day. My friends, welcome to the Wednesday of Holy Week. This week, we have journeyed with Jesus through the final days of his life. Many have come to the church or prayed at home that God would show his light and his love to us in a special way. Tomorrow night, on Thursday, we will celebrate and remember the Last Supper through a Seder meal here at the church. On Friday, Good Friday, we will look into the life of Jesus through reading and remembering Scripture. One particular part of this Good Friday story happens in several of the Gospels, but the one I want to point out today is in Luke chapter 22, beginning in verse 39. Here, Jesus has gone off with his disciples to pray, but Jesus goes a little beyond them and asks them to pray by themselves, to pray there so that he could have the strength to go have this important conversation with God. He wants them to stay close and connected with God so that they would not fall into temptation, but also so they would remain strong and unsinkable. Jesus goes off and he prays a truly important and radical prayer. He says, "Lord, if it's possible, let this cup pass from me." He wants this upcoming death on the cross to go away. He knows it's coming. He feels it. He knows that he was destined to die, but he's asking God, is there any other way? Is there any other way to save the world? But then what Jesus says is truly remarkable. He asks God to reprieve this sentence of death on a cross, but then he says, but not my will, but your will be done. In fact, this is really what he was asking his disciples to do, is to pray that God's will would be done in their life and that they would be faithful and they would remain constant with him. But Jesus returns to his disciples and he finds them sleeping. Luke says it this way. He says that they were sleeping because they were overwhelmed by exhaustion from the anxiety that they had for Jesus. Well, my friends, certainly as we journey with Jesus, not just in Holy Week, but throughout our lives, we understand the anxiety that can come to us. We understand the overwhelming nature of life, that it can pour down on us in such great detail that we just don't know how to handle it. We don't know what to do. We can hastily go through our lives and not build our lives on what is important. We think that we're unsinkable. We think that nothing can get to us. But we hastily go through. We forget to check our rivets. We forget to use the best of materials so that our proclamation of being unsinkable can be true through the power of prayer, through the power of God, and through the grace of Jesus. It is my hope and prayer that you will journey with us through the rest of this week. Join us in the special services on Thursday and Friday, but also come and join us on Easter. We have 2 services planned, one at 7 a.m. for our sunrise service that will be led by our confirmation class in our sanctuary, and a special 10 o'clock service which will include a brunch that is provided by our United-Methodist-Church. We're excited to celebrate Easter, and we hope you'll come and bring a friend so that we can celebrate together and be fortified by God's grace, God's goodness, and his love. God bless you, and have a great day.